afraid. Just look to Jesus. He will. Anybody know he will? Won't the Lord do it? Yes, he will. Hey, when your knees, baby. When you get a little lonely. When you feel afraid. Look to Jesus. Hey, do you know that he will? Do you believe that he will? Won't the Lord do it? Hey, when you need a save, when you get a little lonely, when you feel afraid, look to Jesus. Hey, do you believe that he will? Have you seen him do it? Won't the Lord do it? Is there anybody here in the room this morning that can lift your hand and say, the Lord will? He will bring you out. He will bring you out the valley. He will bring you over the mountain. He'll bring you through your situation. Well, won't he do it? He will make it. He will make it. He will make it.
JP.
He will. Is there anybody here that can testify that it's been a long journey?
How many really know he will bring you out? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the St. James Show. Look who we have today, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful JP. Let's give her a hand, everybody. Yes, 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 yes. I don't have one of them corny things that you press.
Clapping.
And the one and only Mr. Jesse. What's up, Jesse? Uh-oh, where you at? Can I hear you? You there? You there? Almost.
And he has a nice mic too.
Doesn't he? It's always the ones with the best equipment. It don't even work. No. He'll get it together. You got it? Almost? Okay. All right. So definitely, everybody, thank you for joining the St. James Show tonight. I want, as always, thank you for watching. But please make sure that you not only watch, but you also hit that like button right now and you share this live. Wherever you can share it, subscribe, become a premium member, and don't forget to comment below and always support here at the St. James Show. We definitely want to honor each and every one of you who've had a birthday. It is a brand new month. Woo, woo, woo. Happy birthday, happy anniversary all to the lovers, and put your special date in the chat. If you can do that right now, put your special date in the chat. Let's see who we have in here today. Man, let me go all the way back. Of course, wonderful, inspired. Thank you for being on the job and being our head armor bearer on tonight. Ava is here. Shelby is here, always in the building. Thank you, Shelby, for your support. And Ben the boss. Miss Catherine, Beef Sector Administrator herself, is in the building tonight. Alicia for life and Knots Braids. Thank you for joining. Nita. Good to see you, Nita. And Jacqueline. Sean is always up in the house. Sean, we got to get you up in that concert in Detroit. We're going to talk to that man. We don't know. I'm sure you can work that out. Mike Moore, Sister Sarah Hamilton, good to see you. Good to see you. Alex is always in the house. My Liz, Miss Candace. Just want to run through that. Appreciate you guys for watching tonight. Rosalind, good to see you, Rosalind. Hope you're feeling blessed and healed on tonight. What's going on, JP? How's your week been so far? It's Thursday.
Once you make it past Wednesday, it's all going up from there. So I'm good. I had a good week so far.
How's the family?
The family is amazing.
All right.
Everyone's well. Working in my yard. So
what are you doing in the yard?
I'm redoing my pergola in the back.
Okay.
Refinishing it and putting a ceiling fan out there.
What color did you choose?
It's like a tannish kind of color. Neutral.
Okay.
It's neutral.
Gotcha.
I'm tired of the dark color, so I said I want to lighten it up a little bit. So yeah.
I was having a home inspection, and when I bought a house in 21, they came and inspected. They said, you have to finish the pergola. I'm like, the hookala? Like the deck? They're like, the pergola. So I know what a pergola is. So
there you go. Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's nice to sit outside sometimes.
yeah, it is. It definitely is. Yeah. And you're in Texas, so you know.
I'm in Texas. It gets hot in Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
What's
know
going
why
on, Jesse?
anybody would want to be in hell because Texas is hot.
Well, my city gets to about 100 and we get last year we probably got to like 111 to 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the middle of California, so we just get we're the valley.
Right.
So it's rough. It is rough.
All the elements down there.
Yeah, yeah. What's up, Jesse? Well, how's Detroit treating you tonight? Is he here yet? He's not here yet. Maybe you need to go out and come back in, or you think it's just something that you can fix. Okay. All right. All right. So much going on in these streets, JP. This week has been a very interesting week. Before we get into it, let's see who else rolled up in here. Nitwit. That's interesting. Nitwit. Welcome in. Edith Critchlow and Kelly. Kelly's birthday is 5/24. Okay. All right. You know, my wedding anniversary would have been May 19th. So I'm going to call my ex-wife and wish her a happy anniversary.
That's really sweet.
So she can slam the phone down in my face as usual. All right. I'll talk to you next year.
Same time.
Right. Huh?
Same time, same place. Right.
Same time, same place. Yeah. Let's see. I think I'm hearing some rumble. I heard it.
Now you unmute your mic.
Yeah, unmute your mic because I heard something.
Yep.
I heard something.
I did too.
Will there be one? Okay. Hopefully he'll join us. All right. So I just want to remind everybody of just a few announcements, especially while Jesse get his stuff together. Brian Carn says, everything, JP, that belongs to me in May, fix your face, be blessed, be released now. He says it's about time for us to have some things released in May. Are you ready to receive?
Okay. Everything that belongs to me in May be released now. Okay.
Now. Okay. So that's a word from the prophet Carn.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Tina Campbell, one of our good little wonderful gospel artists. Do you like her music? Who's your favorite Mary musically?
I like Tina.
You like Tina?
Okay. I do like Tina. Yeah, I do like Tina. I like this look too. So
you like who?
I like the look that she has here.
That's a nice look. It is really nice.
Yeah.
Jesse, are you there?
I think I'm here.
You are here.
I know.
Yes. Who's your favorite Mary? Come on.
It's always been Tina.
Always been Tina.
Mm-hmm.
So she just kind of disappointed y'all with that whole supporting of Trump thing, but we've always liked Tina.
I like Tina and Mary, but Tina Campbell or whatever her last name is, Atkins, I can't get with that solo stuff. Like after that,
I don't know about the solo stuff.
The solo stuff, the Trump stuff, the TV stuff, all of it, but
all the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Well, happy birthday, Tina. You know, keep singing. I thought maybe her and her husband Teddy Campbell would kind of get a group together because Teddy can go. And Tina is actually very churchy. She's more churchy than Erica. Sometimes I see Erica on the stage shouting, and I'll be like, "You don't look authentic to me."
I was watching her and Warren's church service, and I was like, I would definitely not go here, but go off.
You have to remember, we're in California.
Right. That part.
And they're in Los Angeles, so that puts it at another level. So not too churchy, So it is what it is. Yeah. All right, so we're going back to Los Angeles. My buddy Jason McGee will be hosting a Sounds Like Church, the artist edition at Nissan's church there at Greater Emmanuel Temple, May 26th, 7 p.m. Told them I would announce this. So here it is. So it's going to be a whole bunch of good singing and choirs. They talk about bringing the choir back. The choir ain't went nowhere. They are going to be assembling in Los Angeles. So make sure you are there. Are you guys choir people?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Y'all don't want to cup your hands and just go into praise and worship all the time.
Not all the time. I love a good praise and worship team, when the anointing is on the praise and worship team and it's not performance driven. But you know what? Old school, you come through with the choirs, you can't beat a really good choir.
Yeah.
When I came through the choirs, I mean, this is crazy. We had to use sheet music where you couldn't even be in the choir.
Come on now. Come on. That's good. That's old school Gospel Music Workshop of America. The first time I went to GMWA and they whipped out the sheet music. You know what I did? I went right back home and got enrolled and got my music degree so I can read it.
See, we didn't. Yeah, if you didn't read music, you couldn't be in the choir.
And it was shocking to me because I didn't expect that in the predominantly black church. I didn't expect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was an interesting thing. So I had mad respect when I went to GMWA and I seen those people reading that music and singing. I was like, it was like another. I was like, oh, okay. I know what they a lot of the things they say about GMWA, but when it comes down to the musicality of it, they mean business. They come there to sing, to learn, and you got to be on that level, boy. Because I was sitting there, I faked it that first year. I was like, I don't know what the hell I read.
People said you can learn music by ear, and I'm sure you can, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's how I survived. Yeah,
you can do that. But that the education of music, really helped to understand, just the whole message and the passion of the music, and that's what I love about having the choir. And I do love, having that old, not the sheet music thing, but it was really an education in music and really not just performance driven, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like you said, all of it, praise and worship, choir, it all can be just straight performance driven. You want to make sure you're prepared, but don't be performance driven.
Yeah.
Rosalind says she loves. Have you seen Kevin Johnson and his rehearsal with friends? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it. No, I heard about it though. Somebody.
Yeah, he's like a comedian, and he's doing like a tour. He'll go around there, get a spot together, and all the people just be in there singing choir songs.
Right. I heard about that the other day. I'll have to go out and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. That seemed fun. I might want to go to that.
Yeah, I think I would too. Yeah. I think and he's always been kind of a funny guy, even when he did like his stand-up and stuff. So, and then they're singing songs that we all know. So they do all that. Do they still do that at workshop? Yes. they present the music, and you can purchase the music packs and everything. So yeah, they sure do. Make sure you guys are liking and sharing and commenting tonight. We have quite a few things to talk about, which would be very interesting. And I never tell them what we're going to talk about. I just throw it at them. So hopefully you guys are aware of what's going on Yeah, my likes looking crazy. No, they don't give me no love. Back to basics. They won't give me no love around here. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the Carnal Church sector. We are live over there as well, getting our watch hours up so we can go live over there as well. Let's see what else is going on. What else is going on? One more, a couple more announcements, and we'll get right into it. Ricky Dillard, of course, is going to be on his tour. Everybody was asking me. I posted this earlier. What does just RD mean? Some of the dates just say RD, which is Ricky Dillard. That means that things like this in Detroit, they're having a tribute to the Hawkins, but they're already going to have a tribute choir. So he's coming in to be one of the choir directors. So he'll be there, but New G won't be there. But there'll be other people, directing, people like, there's Vincent Bohannon and some of the other folks. So Ricky Dillard would be there. That's one of the stops on his pretty much choir master tour. So check out my community wall if you would like to see more about the dates, and maybe they're coming to a city near you. Ricky Dillard, one of y'all favorites?
I didn't see Texas on there, though.
You didn't see Texas?
If he comes to Texas, I'm sure he'll go to Houston.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Are you familiar with Carnal Davis?
I am.
Yeah. He's from Houston, JP.
Is he?
He got a choir in Houston. And he actually sings with Ricky Dillard, but he's had his choir and they're just celebrating 20 years. Imagine that. You say, who is he? Yeah.
But it makes sense. That's probably why Ricky Dillard normally goes to Houston.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because he's definitely good friends with Carnal.
Okay.
Yeah, so Captain Powell's in the house. So one more thing. I talked about this the other night. The largest synchronized baptism that's going on May 19th here in California. So you just go to baptizedcalifornia.com and you can sign up to be baptized. We know that Jesse is sure hating that he can't be here to be rebaptized in California. But as it's going on, get in your pool, get in your bathtub and dip yourself, all right? But if you want to sign up in your county, you can definitely go to baptizedcalifornia.com. Sign up, even if your church is not participating with it. They will lead you to a church that is participating in the synchronized baptism in your area. What do you think about that? Come on, Jesse. I know it's a little strange. Little.
Different.
Don't they do that over in Jerusalem sometimes?
Probably. It sounds a little Jerusalem-ish. I don't know.
Yeah. Where they do mass baptisms. I think when Whitney Houston was on. Y'all remember that? Yeah. So
okay.
Jordan.
Yeah. It's not for me, but
it's not for you. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I would go watch.
I think it's interesting.
You think it's interesting, huh?
Yeah, I do. I think, you can imagine what the implication could be if everyone getting baptized was maybe, rejoining their faith in Christ, or if they're, getting baptized because they're coming into the body of Christ. Right. And that could be, a mass evangelism effort. So I think
that's generally what it is. It's because a lot of the people, some of the people from the testimonies, they were already baptized when they were younger or something like that. So more like a rededication.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And plenty of people do that. I went to church years ago with a lady that would get baptized every time they had a baptism until
My God. What was her problem?
I guess what do you call it when you fall off?
Backsliding.
She backslid every week.
She was in a backslidden state every month. Because seriously, for about 4 months, she came to the church, Baptist church, and she would get baptized. And we were like, when is she here? Like last month? Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like the people who run to the altar for every service. It's like there was a pastor, friends tell me, a pastor used to be here. He used to say, he told this woman, you just You just afflicted. Go back to your seat.
Yeah, you just need to be delivered. Stop it.
The cool JC church that I grew up at,
She was
we
making sure.
like every week everybody would get up for prayer every single week. So me going to a different church and seeing people like not going up for prayer or going up for prayer, you know, here and there.
It was
It
weird.
was so weird. It was a culture shock. So I mean, I see why she did. No, I don't see why she did the baptism thing.
That's weird.
I couldn't understand.
You gotta stop just going for prayer and start asking for deliverance after a certain point.
Right. Because how many times do you have to be loosed?
Right. Come on, woman. Thou art loosed.
Every month, every year.
Maybe that was her problem. She was too loose. She had to go get a little tightened up. All right.
I have stories.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Make sure you are hitting like right now, and share this live for me. We are almost at 15,000. So subscribe and become a member. Link is in the description box. Comment and always support. And if you feel led, the Cash Apps are right under my guest's name. So if you would like to donate to them, please do so, and do so now. So JP, what in the world was going on here?
So okay. First of all, what I noticed about this, the first thing I noticed about this when you posted it, what was this was a very small venue, it looked like to me.
Okay.
Like a banquet tables or something. And this seemed like really, kind of small for Joel Osteen.
Look like maybe they were somewhere else other than, I don't know. Yeah.
But, everything is, why post it? Why take a picture of it? Why post it? Let your private, things with God be private. Right. I don't, this is what takes away from it for me, because if it's sincere, why do we have to do this?
Exactly.
I don't know who took the picture or what have you, but I thought he was already anointed. Was he getting re-anointed? What
I don't know, but
audio with this? Did you hear the audio?
No, I didn't hear any audio with it. It was just kind of there. So I did want to get some little background. It's just the optics of it just looked a little weird to me. How about you, Jesse? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you look at this?
I like his little outfit. Little blouse or whatever you got going on.
Beautiful blouse. Beautiful blouse. Okay.
It's the first thing that comes to my mind is that new Christian stuff that I don't know nothing about. This is just weird. He's weird.
Matthew posted this. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Matthew posted it himself.
Do you really think Joel Osteen would post this? Absolutely not.
No.
Mm-mm.
Like somebody said, he was telling him, "Get up, buddy."
Their caption down there, what they think was being said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see something real quick.
Stay down.
Yes, stay down. Oh, I was like, this is so weird to me. Let me just see what the caption was really quick, because it was just, and you know what it gave me? It gave me like, let me see what the caption was. That time, Joel Osteen's laid hands on me and prophesied. He imparted to me with great detail, accuracy, and authority. I know how to assume the position. I'll preach later. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So.
And what you say? I blogged about it last year. I wonder why he. Interesting. Yeah, he just posted that.
So this was a year ago.
I guess so. Yeah, and he just reposted it 2 days ago.
So is he saying that all that was prophesied over him?
Maybe that's what he's alluding to. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Maybe that's what,
okay.
yeah. Uh-huh. The silence. Yeah.
But let me just tell you something, an observation. When a person is demonstrating humility, they go down on both knees.
That's true. That's true.
You see, he still had one knee up.
Mm-hmm.
Did I see that, or maybe I didn't see that? But it,
I think you saw that.
you
Yeah.
go down on both knees if it's a position of humility.
Interesting. Don't know.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Quite interesting.
Why, everything, does everything have to be about marketing when it comes, to the church? You want to connect yourself with Joel Osteen to bring more credibility to your ministry or whatever.
And then Ann Brock blows up the spot, says, when I talked about it a year ago. So that means he brought it back for marketing purposes, JP.
That's what I'm thinking. Because but if I don't have this overinflated opinion of Joel Osteen, that's not going to move me.
Right.
Yeah.
They try to understand the boots. The boots will make it for walking. Mental Vibe says, it's given, I've chosen you, Matthew, to preach the gospel to the slaves. Here's your slaves' Bible. And you can only preach from this, Birth of a Nation. That was in the movie. We need some more likes, y'all. Y'all tripping out. That was interesting. What's up, Kesey? I never can get that right. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Moving on.
Ooh, child.
I sent you comments on this. I don't know if you saw them.
I saw it. You wanted a breakdown of what he was actually the vice president of?
Right. Who, what,
so,
when, why?
This is down there in Detroit where Jesse is, so you don't know.
I ain't got none of they on the west side, and I told you, St. James.
Not the west side versus the east
side. So we don't know what's going on down there. So we all know that, the story was kind of broken right here at the St. James show.
And was.
In regards to, what'd you say?
And was.
In regards to the suspiciousness of the unfollowing of Kiki and her husband.
And removal of last names.
And people pulling last names off. And Mother Lady Wisdom brought it to our attention. And I put it on my community wall and it grew legs. So after, and I don't know if you guys seen that I think we talked about it. We've seen it on Larry Reed, and then William McCrae comes out with some egregious story that was told by someone that he was in the house with a woman and all that other stuff. Then that comes back and says, well, no, that didn't happen. Like they're going to agree to that happening. They're never going to say that happened, even if it happened. But then the other day, all of a sudden, we break out with he's the new regional vice president of this district's youth, whatever. And Kiara said, congratulations, baby. Excited about your new stuff. What's going through your head, JP?
You know what? This is why people do not take the church serious.
Yeah.
It just because we do things without really, really having a basis in Christ or in the word or, in the truth of the whole, the holiness of it or what have you. I probably would not, in my opinion, would not have put this out there after rumor and speculation, because it looks like this is something to kind of cover, or that's just my opinion. I think the timing of it is what will give people more questions, right? And so why? That's why I said why. What's the timing of this? What is this connected to? And where did he get his training? I've never seen him doing anything other than sitting in the audience when they're having service.
I thought maybe that he was like a youth something in the church. I thought he had some kind of youth title at one time in the church, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Jesse?
I got a lot to think about this, but it's like JP said, it's bad optics all around. I know when I was attending GEI back in 2019, he definitely was not there.
Right.
And that was only 5 years. Well, no, because I stopped so early 2020. So that's only been 4 years. He just started becoming a part of the church, ministry within the last 3 years. So it's like, to me, it's if I was still going to GEI, it would put a bad taste in my mouth, because the people that have been there and have been faithful to that ministry, it's kind of just a slap in the face to them. Even though this position, it seems like this is like just like a regional position. Or,
it is,
it's not jurisdictional or church-wise.
But they wanted to make sure that it was out there and that Kiki put it out there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's, and I like Bishop Shear is very, very nice. Like, he remembers your name and everything. But it's just when some of these things that's going on with the family, like, his grandson, and I don't got no problem with it, but it's just like his grandson getting up preaching at the thing. It's like, well, why can't anybody else's kids get up and preach?
Well, no, nepotism runs rampant at the jobs, at the church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's to be expected. But to Jacqueline, L, her point earlier about just titles being, randomly tossed out like a deck of cards. You get a title, and you get a title, and you get a title. And what it does, it takes away from the meaning, and the importance of it and the sanctity of it, when anybody and everybody can just get a title. And and they're not proven, or they've not walked the road. They've not been on that road to really validate themselves as being someone who has earned the title.
And I think someone said in the chat on my community wall, they were like, there has to be, they were like, they know there were other ministers who have really worked hard in that region that deserved a position like that. No,
even in the church.
And it's like, they couldn't make him president, but let's swoop him in and just make him vice president.
Like a junior pastor.
Too bad. Yeah.
And somebody was handing out those titles, junior pastor.
Yeah, there you go. What that mean?
That's my first time hearing that, junior pastor. They got those.
What that mean? Junior pastor.
Yeah, but like Lady Wisdom said in her comment a few minutes ago, distraction. Distraction. And to be honest with you, the enemy just creates distractions in the church all the time.
Right.
And that's why we have content. You can talk about these things, and that's why they come up, and people start to question all of this stuff, because we look at these things and they are distractions. But when they're trying to distract you from something else, they create another story. They come out with another narrative. Can give me another context, so I can squirrel moment. I can take my eyes off of this and I pivot over here, because this is what we do.
Yeah.
Right. We follow the next best, whatever. But
with this Lady Wisdom, she brings that up, because when he said that, I cringed, because I'm like, because she said that Larry Reed said He called Kiara's camp and told them to tell Kiara to follow her husband on social media.
Larry,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you say it.
Larry ain't got no damn power. Let's stop.
And when you do have power like that, you don't tell it. Because you are going to continue to have power and continue to help people in the background, so you don't tell it. Yeah. You be that puppet in the background, putting out fires. The extinguisher, or everybody didn't know that what's her name in How to Get Away with Murder, or not that, but Scandal, the woman in Scandal, who put out all the fires.
Oh yeah. Gloria, you were talking about Pope, Olivia Pope,
Olivia Pope. Okay.
Yeah.
She didn't go around telling everybody what she did. It just happened because that was her. She had the power to do it.
Yeah.
People listened to her. She got things done. When you have the power, you don't tell everybody you have the power. You just use your power.
Right.
And then if you tell somebody something or you give them some advice, they know to do it. Him coming out now telling us, I told them to start following. It kind of, if it's true, and they do that, it makes, you're telling us that all this is not genuine. That's what you're telling us. You're making them look like they're not genuine people. Like they listened to you and started following each other. That's what I'm saying. We have to watch how we want to portray ourselves as the it one.
Yeah. Yeah, confession, I don't follow Larry Reed, so
me either.
I don't know what,
Well, I'm here to bring it to your attention then.
I don't. I have a select group of content creators
Jay,
that I follow.
Hush up.
Hey Jay.
Yeah, and which is fine, because I think that everybody, you got to protect your site. You got to protect your peace around here.
Yeah,
these
but
people
wouldn't I mean? I wouldn't have to have anyone tell me though to follow my spouse. No, that would be, to me, that's a natural inclination,
right,
to see him on social media, right? So I don't think I would need, you or my pastor or somebody to say you need to follow your husband on social media. So that's different.
Well, I guess. Go ahead, Jesse.
I don't know why some of the people that follow him choose to be so gullible, but do you really think that this man who's that gave a platform to someone, her aunt, that dragged her mother, you think they're in contact? Dorinda blocked him.
They blocked
the last time I checked.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Can you quit going around either you're lying or stretching the truth? I don't know what you got going on, but just stop. And like you said originally, just stop telling. If you did do that, what's the purpose of you telling it? What are you going to get out of it?
That if you have the power, and you said you talk to somebody in their camp, now I'm with Tandra. The family doesn't care what the public thinks, and that was cemented by Denise being angst. I mean, even with Denise, when all that came out with Denise, they said very little. They threw out a few things, and I think as we sat back and assessed the situation, we understood the separation. We understood. At least I know I did.
Because Denise was in that group to the mid-'80s. She already had kids. So it was never about the kids. It was obviously about mental illness.
Yeah, it wasn't about the kids. Right. Yeah, you go over there. Figure out what's going over there, Sean, since you're on your way to Detroit. And she hasn't. No, she hasn't followed him back yet. So all that I told them what to do, because I checked yesterday.
Oh.
And I checked that same night when he said it. And you know, some things you just listen to and say, uh-huh, okay, all right, all right.
Oh, St. James.
What happened?
It's I'm gonna let you continue on with the show. We'll come back to that. And I'm
You
gonna send
sure?
it to you in a DM. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So interesting enough. Interesting enough. Now you got me interested here, Jesse.
You already know who it's about, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
mhm.
Dun 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 dun. Did y'all see these pictures?
I did.
Miss Anita Wilson. Anita Wilson. Well, what's your opinion, Jesse?
You know how to love me.
Is that Phyllis Hyman?
Listen, Phyllis Hyman is my girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cried because I was in Philadelphia when she, at the time when she, had committed suicide or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to go on with the Whispers. And
Mhm.
I felt that deep down in my heart because I loved Phyllis Hyman and used to, just love her music. She's still in my favorites. Um, but she did Anita. This is given,
She did her okay, huh?
yeah, she did. She's given some good Phyllis Hyman energy. I mean, if
Yeah.
she's handling Phyllis Hyman, she did a good job.
What you think, Jesse?
Um, she looks good. Um, now you said she was. I was looking at the community board, and y'all make sure y'all participate in the community board. It's a
Yes,
lot of
community board
fun.
right here at the St. James Show. Make sure you have all notifications on. Ring the bell for all. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Um, she's a part of a Broadway musical or something or a play. You
Not
said.
sure. Not sure.
Anita,
She does a
Oh,
lot of things. Not sure. Um, think about it with Anita Wilson. Always liked her because I seen how she moved in this gospel music industry. She doesn't let other people dictate where she goes, where she ministers.
mm-mm. Or
You
influence
know,
style. She doesn't let anyone influence her style.
no, she is who she
Yeah.
is. And it's like you either want to accept her as she is and you accept her ministry and are blessed by it, or, you can go on to Crystal Rucker, or go to whoever you want to go to, So Kelly M says she's beautiful. Shelby says Anita did that thing. Dolly said she's my girl too. She said,
Mhm.
"Come on, boob." Sean, get out of her boob, Sean. Loose here, Holy Ghost.
the titties were tittying.
Girl, girl, and that's
Oh,
right.
and by the way, Jesse, your DM that's already on our schedule tonight.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
part.
So I communicated with Anita Wilson. She was going to drop in on the line with us tonight, but she's traveling.
Oh.
So she was going to drop in because I wanted her to drop in and kind of talk about that and talk about the history behind that and why she chose it. But she said, "Dang, I'm traveling and I won't be able to hit the link at that time." So she's going to be doing an interview with me coming up pretty soon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what I liked about her as well is she shocked the gospel music community all the time when she goes down there to Yoshi's and she does a concert at Yoshi's by Joy Roan, which Joy is a openly, lesbian who goes to Bishop Flunder's church. She's a really good promoter. And so she's always been really, Anita's always been really tight with Bishop Flunder, and she's married. She's not a lesbian herself. I mean, well, she's not. Listen, I don't know. I don't know what people are. They just married, okay? I don't want to put stuff on people because people will put stuff on me in a minute. So, but she's married to Rick Robinson, who is a really good musician. He wrote "I Love You, Jesus. I
Oh,
worship and adore you." Her husband wrote that.
oh, wow.
Yeah, and she married. So she's, has a husband, but she's just so open in regards to letting people live their life.
Right.
You don't live my life, and I ain't gonna live your life.
So Anita's husband wrote more than anything.
Yes.
Oh, okay, and then she remade it. Okay,
Yeah, and then
oh,
she can do whatever she want with it.
okay.
That
I was wondering what made her just do it, but
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Rick
it was nice.
Robinson. Yeah, he's a very nice person. I brought Anita here for a concert some years back, and he came with her. I don't I don't think they were married at that time, but he was like traveling with her as a musician and stuff. You know, they wasn't doing like Noel Jones and Loretta. They were, they were pure. I'm just playing. I don't know what's going on.
she, I got it.
I did that. I'm just playing. Just playing, Anita. And Brock says, because of the support of the alphabet community, it really got my attention about. Yeah. She is a support.
Mhm.
Let me see here.
I would love to see her and Fantasia get together and do a gospel.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, because
So
Fantasia will stomp all over some gospel music.
Yeah.
She's
And I
supposed
think.
to.
Go ahead.
She's supposed to be coming out with the gospel album. She was talking about that before the Color Purple flopped, but
Nah,
It didn't flop. I
allegedly.
don't think it just did. The promotions that they did for it didn't match up. Let's say that, Jesse.
because I mean, I'm gonna act
Last
like
week.
what you say.
I just saw it. I was on a flight going to California a couple of weeks ago, and I watched The Color Purple. I had never seen it.
Did you go? Oh, you didn't go on December 25th?
I did in my purple.
I did too. Well, I ain't with purple.
I didn't go.
I've seen it probably. I've seen it in the in theaters 3 times.
Really?
And I've probably seen it streaming at least another 3 times.
I thought it was a good movie.
Me too. I loved it.
Enjoyed it. I was really surprised because I thought, I guess I didn't have high expectations because of all of the media that just let you know you can't let people shape your opinion.
You cannot. I don't let people tell me anything about a movie or anything.
Yeah.
I see it myself.
Absolutely. And I thought it was well done. I enjoyed it. It was emotional at times, and anytime you can get into a movie and it invokes certain feelings and it makes you feel good, it makes you feel bad, and I thought it was well done. I think there was an overshadowing that caused a lot of controversy about the movie.
They didn't give me my money. They didn't give me a good dressing room. All that stuff.
Yeah. And I think that caused people to feel a certain kind of way because sales started to go down.
Yeah.
And clearly you could have connected it to some of the,
backlash. And Jay Boogie wants to get Jesse all the way together really quick.
I saw that. Look, take your emotions out of it. Financially, it did not recoup the money that they put out in the studio.
It's because these folks can appreciate theater and music.
And Jay Boogie, I love theater. I love Broadway. Growing up on the
I'm a Broadway ticket holder.
And off Broadway has some amazing plays as well. Yeah.
Does Detroit have Broadway or something?
Well, we have a lot of theaters here. So a lot of times what happens is they'll bring off Broadway shows here a lot. We do have, I think, a couple like community theaters or theater companies here, but usually it's more Caucasian aligned.
Okay. What I don't like about it, y'all, is when I go to the Broadway shows here, and it can be like a huge African American cast, and all I see is silver hairs and white. I don't see us there.
Really?
Yeah, it's really strange, and that's in my city, of course. And I don't live in like San Francisco and Los Angeles and things like that. But it's just so sad and that's kind of that idea, I think, transitioned over to The Color Purple, the musical. It's the movies, Lady Wisdom brings a good point. I'm glad Taraji didn't follow the bitter Monique syndrome. But speaking of bitter Monique syndrome, she's still bitter. She over there still talking about Tyler Perry and Monique. And I know it's her stand-up gig that she's doing right now with Cat Williams, but
it's not.
It's just some old bitter woman up there yelling at a mic for 50 minutes.
And I heard Timothy Blaine say, what happened to comedy?
Yeah.
It's comedy just, now it's become, your griping session. And, it's just, she complained about Tyler Perry. She had the audience taunting, chatting something about
a call and response about
talking about Oprah and
it was terrible. I saw it yesterday.
Oh, that mess.
I think it was on Tim Blaine's channel. I was looking at it.
Okay, yeah, I was listening to him too, but I had seen a clip before he started talking about it, and I was like,
Will she come to Detroit with? If she come to Detroit with that, they gonna heckle the hell out of her because Detroit don't play. So
she really is exhausting, Kelly M. She's extremely exhausting.
I don't understand it. It's just it's just toxic. It just, if you don't care for them, just because leave it alone and let other people enjoy who they are, meaning Oprah and Tyler,
right?
And because Monique's been blessed, if you want to call it, with a great deal of money from Netflix. And so
but Daddy is never satisfied. Daddy.
And my
like that.
And my favorite show of all time is The Parkers. And I just watch that all the time on Netflix, and I'm just like, what happened? Monique was so cute and
so nasty, so rude. Pretty chick. That's true. But she was. And you appreciated her comedy and who she was. Now, even the Queens of Comedy was like one of her best, in my opinion. Stand up. And
with Samora, and when she did that tour.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought Samora and what's her name was funnier, but
Samora's funny.
Yeah, Samora and what's the one that always talks real loud?
Adele Givens.
The first, Adele Givens. Yeah, I thought they were funnier than Marley.
Well, the woman who whipped off, that older woman who always whips off.
Marley. Yeah,
she was funny too. What's up, Lydia J? That daddy is where it all comes from with Monique. Daddy. Yeah.
Go be mama to your son.
Listen, he ain't trying to have her be mama. That's a whole situation. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please, as you're watching, make sure that you hit like right now, all right, and share this program and subscribe. Become a premium member. Link is in the description. Thank you for commenting below, and always donate to the St. James Show and the my guest. Their Cash Apps are right there, and feel free to do your thing. Listen, Lady Wisdom, she said, why is Cat Williams allowed a bitter soul to mix with this brand? He knows that regardless of what Monique does, it brings people to those seats. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's about the money.
Marketing.
It's about the money. So this beautiful lady, beautiful chocolate, Sarah Jakes. I guess we have to put Roberts on there. Oh. Yeah, Roberts. She was recently on, excuse me, the Breakfast Club. Did you see her on the Breakfast Club?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Okay, let's see a little clip about it, all right?
What's your thought on the way that church is now, right? As a kid, you had to go to church every Sunday. You had to be in the building. You had to sit there, and if there was a baptism, you was going to be there all day. Now, a lot of people turn it on Sunday morning, and it's a lot easier. So what are your thoughts on people not actually attending the institution of church?
First of all, y'all not about to tie trip at me.
No, I we gotta ask you about time.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Let's be very clear. Let me see. I mean, I think that the world is changing. And as the world changes, I think people are finding things that are more convenient for them. Mm-hmm. And I do think that you are able to have intimate encounters with God from this comfort of your own home. And I think it's powerful that that's the way that things are being spread. I think it's like watching a football game at home. Like, you can get hype, you can be excited for your team, but there is something about being in the room with other people that makes you just take things over the edge. I was surprised that in a world where people aren't coming to church, that we have 40,000 women at the Woman Evolve conference, because I'm like, I don't know that this is a thing that people are going to really be into when they like virtual experiences, but there is something that happens in healthy community and connection that allows your faith to really be strengthened. I've had people come into rooms and like they didn't really want to be there. Somebody drugged them in there. They were going through a depression. They don't even know why they were there, but just being in the space, sitting next to someone who was able to care for them and just being surrounded by worship lifted their spirits when they couldn't lift their own hands.
I like what she said. It kind of mimicked what I was talking about the other night about getting back to church. She's very smart. She knew not to say anything that's going to put her in the same vein as Ty Tribbett, you know. So
let's be very clear, she said.
Yeah. So what do you think about what she said, Jesse?
I think she spoke very eloquently. I like the point that she made, and it's, you know, I mean, she didn't let, you know, Charlemagne and DJ, whatever his name is. She didn't let them take her to a place, you know, where she was going to embarrass herself. So, you know, regardless of what the people think about her, because y'all going in these comments.
Going in.
Regardless of what you feel about
it's rough for these Jakes these days. It's a rough world out here for the Jakes.
It's giving Greenleaf, but you know, she spoke well and, you know, made herself and her, you know, family look well, you know, for a change. So
what do you think, JP?
I think she, you know, I would not expect less from her because she has been trained very well on how to deal with commentary in the public.
Right.
So I think that she demonstrated her prowess because she did very well in what she communicated. And I don't necessarily disagree that, you know, church is changing, but they still, as I said once before, the potter's house is still pottering.
Yeah, it is. And it's going to continue to potter.
To have 40,000 people at a conference.
Yeah. And they weren't going to church, but they were going, that she was saying, people wasn't going to church, but they went to that conference.
Right. Yeah.
And she's pushing a new book. I didn't bring it up, but it's called Power Moves. That's her new book. Now, my question was, is she pushing books that her daddy wrote that he can't put out?
St. James, quit being messy, please. Stop.
Because you know that Jake usually goes on the Breakfast Club at least yearly. Am I right, Lady Wisdom? Am I right, Ann Brock? He usually goes on the breakfast, but you know, these days he can't be going nowhere after being asked too many questions. Right. And I'm like, Sarah she's been put over there with the Breakfast Club. All of a sudden she got a new book.
It's a legit question though, because you know he at least ghost read a couple chapters.
That's what I'm saying. People have ghostwriters all the time. Lady Wisdom, like where I'm going here. That's the Lady Wisdom is messy.
Messy, and I love her for that. I love her.
But I was looking at that. I was like, she's on the Breakfast Club, and now she got a new book. It's just an observation. You know, I don't know if y'all know it, but I'm so deep in my discernment, and I don't even ask for 888s. even though some of y'all are really messy, you know they've been sending me 888s every day. So
Oh,
I said, "Oh, y'all are really bad." But them 888s will spin now. They will spin.
and
But
I
it was
will
so funny.
accept.
But yeah, I just got a thought. I mean, the Jakes, they know how to do some good damage control. So, you know what she say?
yeah.
5 books and her husband got a book, and TD gets about. They all got books. Books here, books there.
You
But
get a
is
book.
anybody reading it?
I don't know what they do.
Does Cora have a book? Does Cora have a book?
I not that I know of. I don't think she would want to teach people how to take kids. We don't want to hear no books about that. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, sure.
Michelle, what you got your boy back yet? He's tripping around here. No, they didn't. But the thing about it, they'll never put Cora up like that. Sarah, and if you listen to the interview, actually is a decent interview. I just hate when DJ Envy asks a question. He asked a question about 5 paragraphs long.
And you forgot. What was the question again?
Right. And it's kind of like, I like Willie Moore Jr., but when you listen, when he interviews the people, it's always the story gets back to him some kind of way.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
starts talking about his life. And I'm like, hold on, sir. Let Vasson Mitchell say it. Let whoever you interview say it. But he goes and he puts all it. And that's what DJ Envy. It's like, dude, 1 or 2 sentences to a question.
That's why they need to quit giving these niggas podcast material. I'll say it again and again. Y'all not good interviewers, Jamal.
No, Jamal is definitely not a good interviewer. And we'll talk a little bit more about him in a minute. 1 minute. Let's see here. Let's see how many. Cora ain't gonna sell not one. See, Cora's thing, and if why I was going to was in the interview, Sarah talks about she wasn't the one that was supposed to be preaching and supposed to be leading people and doing she didn't go to, she had her baby at 14 years old, her first baby at 14.
Correct.
She had a tumultuous wedding or the first marriage she was in or what have you. She, so she talks about that, and it seems like it was kind of just put into her lap because of some things come natural. And the unfortunate part, I think Cora thought she was supposed to be that spiritual one. She has this prayer ministry that she does, and she's a coach too. She ain't she ain't like you, JP, but she says she a coach. So I don't know.
Coach.
Cora got 2 books. Well, you go read them, Darla. Give us the footnotes. We're gonna make sure we block Darla when she give me them footnotes. I'm a blocker. I don't want them.
That's the clip notes. We don't want to read the whole book.
Candace say, what is it? Candace's books is Ferocious Warrior and Faith in It.
Those are the books. Oh, Ferocious Warrior. Okay. And
does it come with pictures?
What happened?
Does it come with pictures?
And do the pictures pop out?
3-dimensional.
Do I get a sticker at the end?
But you know what? It makes me think about when the title Ferocious, when she ran out on the stage and jumped on that woman.
Right. Which you can find on my shorts, which JP's talking about.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no reason for her to be that theatrical.
You said that on any level. I was like, what is going on? I couldn't.
Absolutely no reason for her to be like that.
What was that? She came around the corner and came out of nowhere and did like a flying leap and knocked this woman down.
And I just couldn't justify it,
Seriously, you got to look at it.
I'm going to pull it up right now.
Please, I got to see this.
What in the world? I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have filed an assault charge.
I would have too.
You know they paid them, whoever that was, off.
I couldn't understand that at a conference.
At a conference.
Yes, it was a conference. Yeah.
When was this?
No, you haven't seen nothing yet.
Here we go.
You see that?
Thank you for fresh oil, God. Fresh oil, fresh fire.
You can't make this stuff up, y'all.
I was like, what? Wait a minute. What?
Why was she running like that in slow motion? But
WWE SmackDown, baby.
Ferocious warrior. It makes
She was
sense.
trying to sell her book that night, huh?
Yeah, it makes sense.
She was trying to sell her book, Ferocious Warrior, Linebacker Spirit.
she get it from my daddy.
That was crazy.
He's fighting. If that,
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to get off on that one, but I just thought of that when the title of the book, you know, I'm like, okay.
How long ago was this?
This was, I think it was last year. No, because that was, I believe that was the Evolve, not this past one, but last year's. Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
And you have to remember, her sister wasn't supposed to be, I mean, her sister wasn't supposed to be the one. Wasn't supposed to follow in daddy's footsteps. It was supposed to be her.
Right.
All of a sudden, she gives, the sister is now over Woman Thou Art Loose, which they changed to the Evolve conference.
Rebranded
it, yes. And then you have Cora, who was just around to say a prayer, but she had to put herself on that stage that night. That's my opinion.
And knotless braids. It doesn't come off that she's authentic, because I think she's authentically crazy. No, she's really definitely being authentic.
And when I interviewed Michelle Loud, and if you can see the video right here at the St. James Show, the interview, and she really explained some things because she grew up with Cora.
Right.
So she really explained some things that made us go, oh, okay, all right. The elevator, a little stuck.
Anybody that run across the stage that slow but still going fast.
No, she was running fast, but it looked like in slow motion.
It was.
But she was being prophesied to. The woman that was being ministered was in a full, prophesy moment, and she was being ministered to. So the inappropriate timing of that just ended to the whole. It was just absurd, and it made it even more bizarre.
And that is always the tricky part, Lady Wisdom, because sometimes they can do better than the ones in front, but they don't have the mental capacity to make that flow. And with all the allegations about a couple of the babies that she has, a little suspected, little suspect, they can't afford to put Cora out there, regardless if she can really sing or if she can really preach.
Right.
They put her up every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sad because, if she really, I've never heard her preach, or, I've been to conferences back in the day when she was younger, but I've never heard her minister, or I've never heard her pray, so she may have an anointing, or may have been called to some sort of ministry, but it's been eclipsed by some of these other things that she's these are the things that people see when they think of her. When you say her name, certain things come to mind, and it's not ministry.
Hold on, they wanted me to play it one more time.
Yeah, because that's a mess.
you for fresh oil, God. Fresh oil. Fresh fire.
Woo, she trampled that girl. And even if it didn't look, even if it didn't look, I mean, it looked like she trampled her. Just by, because it's like she hopped on her.
She did hop on her back. She took her down from her back.
And that was Sarah being prophesied too. So she took her sister down to the ground. She said, you took my daddy's love. You took my position.
That was crazy.
Why can't she just sit in the back? Oh God! Like I said,
it was the run for me too.
Yes.
This that new Christian stuff. Because if you had the Holy Ghost,
it's that everything goes. Let's do. Let's shock everybody. I don't know. I don't know.
It's giving Greenleaf.
Yeah, but make sure everybody. I'm gonna keep reminding you because y'all don't like to hit the like button.
Oh.
Share. Thank you for subscribing. Subscribe right now. Become a member. Thank you for commenting and support the St. James Show at your leisure. All right, y'all. Let's get a few more things on here. A few more things. What was I going to talk about? I thought there was something that I wanted to mention. Oh, before we do that, we always talk about, this is Mama D, and she's all dressed up in her, I don't know if she's getting an honorary
doctorate,
something. I don't know.
From ICDC College or
Milan.
Those are bars, so that's a doctoral robe.
You act like she know what she got on, JP. You act like she know what she got on.
My bad.
But my question here is, this is the foolishness that's going on. This is why we have so many people and these pastors and I think these people get these honoraries and they really think that they're those people. I really think they believe that they've done some dissertations.
Projects, yeah.
Projects. And they have earned these degrees. They are apostles. They are, bishops. And it's really a shame. And of course, that's Mama D, Scrappy's mama from Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Mama D. That don't even sound right.
I think you have to use her government name though.
Right. You're supposed to leave.
I don't think we can use the acronym for the hip hop.
But they gonna be having club flyers with Dr. Mama D. She gonna change her name on Instagram to Dr. Mama D.
And gonna sport it like she really went to somebody's school. And it is disrespectful, Amanda.
I agree.
It really is.
I agree.
And I take that outside of the church and inside of the church. It's very disrespectful to those of us who have labored.
That's right. Absolutely, sir. I agree.
For years.
Yeah. The earned degree, right? The earned doctorate or the earned master's, right?
Of course she cannot spell syllabus. Of course she cannot.
I'm not fooling with Jacqueline.
No, she can't. But it brings us to things such as this.
Oh God, Jesus, not him again.
Well.
Oh, and then you got me right behind.
Intellect came out and told us today that he may be on his way to the clanker with his bail revoked.
Yeah, I think they already said, didn't they? I don't know, because I was on Pam's live earlier.
Well, they're going to court. There's a court date pretty soon, but they have already submitted the paperwork You know, when you want to go to Jamal Bryant, the biggest clout chaser in kingdom, in the kingdom, I mean, to tell your story, and then Jamal talking about, man, that we're praying for you, and who? The church doesn't need to hear anything else that Lamar Whitehead has to say. He's a convicted felon, not allegedly, or he's a convicted felon.
Exactly.
And
I don't understand why
like
Jamal went on the bandwagon with that. I mean, why do you think he took that as a to champion Lamar White?
Publicity stunt.
Clicks and views. The only reason. Clicks and views. And that's who Jamal Bryant is. Jamal Bryant done got his name wrapped up with the feds now. Because all the evidence that they submitted to the judge, or to the courts, is all about Jamal and that interview that he did with him.
Wow.
And did y'all see the 2-part interview with his cousin Stephanie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He might get more charges for that.
Right. Yeah, because there's a little suspicion about how that grandma died.
Yep. And he called back and made threats after the first video that came out. He had called and threatened to meet up with her son and all kinds of stuff. So this man really done lost his mind. He doesn't need to be on the streets. But in the meantime, I'm being entertained. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And we're gonna talk about it. But the fact of the matter is, it's so sad because this man obviously didn't receive something as a kid. And it just continued. Come on, coach.
Yeah.
It had to be, right?
Yeah, clearly, there's something lacking. One of the great and obvious things is attention and approval, right? Because he seeks approval, just the way he dresses and all of those things, because he wants people to talk about, how his designer outfits and things like that. I mean, when you're trying to be humble, you don't show up with Gucci and Louis Vuitton and everything.
Right.
But clearly there's something there that he needs to feel like a person. I don't know what happened with, maybe his dignity was debased when he was incarcerated. I don't know what happened to him.
Right.
But he clearly struggles with wanting approval and wanting to be grand. And, and to the extent that it's delusional, is delusions of grandeur, where he just wants to feel like he's bigger. And when people feel like that, it's borderline narcissism, because you feel like you can get away with things and no one will hold you accountable because you believe the lie, right? You convince yourself. And so he's been so good at convincing people and scamming that this has become his mentality, but it's a lifestyle. He's not new to this stuff. He's true to this stuff.
Yeah. He's true to getting what he wants when he wants it, and doing whatever it takes. But just like they Amanda said, the mama's a scammer too. Well, the mama was over there getting, so they say over there getting, in-home care services checked for her mama, while Lamar was getting it for her. So these folks, they're just over here, and
generational foolishness.
Yeah, generational. But the bigger question here, the bigger concern of mine is Jamal Bryant.
I didn't understand that.
When are you going to stop? We know who the freak you are.
Yeah.
You have one of the largest churches, and you own some of the largest property in all over in the country that a black church owns, or any, I don't know, something like that. What else do you? I know that their spirits they must have matched spirits.
Yeah.
We see each other. Try the spirit.
Yes.
Would you say by spirit? Because that's not right.
No.
But, let me just say this. I think, in my opinion, that if Jamal was going to take up a cause. He shouldn't have taken up the cause of the 90-year-old woman.
That's right. That's who you interview.
Yeah, that should be where his focus should have been. He should have done an interview with her and her son, but mainly with her, to highlight some of the things that happen to the elderly and how they're scammed and how he has a lot of older people in his church.
Right.
And that would have been a greater endorsement of his ministry than getting behind someone who was convicted of doing something like this to a 90-year-old woman.
And that's a good point. Like JP, even if he would have got with his with Lamore's cousin Stephanie, he would have got more views off of that.
Yeah.
So if that's really what he was looking for, but again, these people, they run around here, they're in leadership. We don't know how. Well, a lot of it's because of nepotism and popularity and things like that. But nobody is being led by the Spirit, because if you really had the Holy Ghost, I told you not to get involved with that. And then when he does come to your platform, there should be some sort of accountability going on. You should be pushing him towards accountability. Like, kind of, I'm just thinking about like Diane Sawyer and Whitney Houston. She asked those tough questions. You're just sitting there like, it was just like two liars going back. You know how two liars.
I know you're a liar, but I'm gonna keep you going because I need people to look. Video. Yeah.
It was a huge missed opportunity. I was sitting there in disbelief because you have 5 counts. This is not something that is alleged. This is something that's gone before a jury, and a jury has weighed the evidence and found you guilty.
Yeah.
And so where do you go from there? Right? That discussion with Whitehead should have been about. Listen, Whitehead, how do we make this right?
Come to Jesus right now. Really? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And when he's waving around documents talking about y'all didn't see this in court. Yeah, because they're sealed and they're not admissible. And that means that you can't go out of the courtroom and start revealing sealed documents, sir.
And which one of those documents was real and not doctored?
Right. Because he's a good doctor and not in the courtroom. The sick room. I'm talking about
a lawyer in the courtroom.
No, he can doctor up some stuff and get some houses.
And they came out and said bank statements had been, all of the things that were said.
Proven.
We did not make this up. So this is not an alleged situation. If you go through the counts and all of the charges and all of the evidence that was brought to the court and forensics and, handwriting analysis and all of these things, I think Jamal missed an opportunity to show that he was a spiritual leader.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And here you have this opportunity to stand up, and you did something that I left a lot of people very confused. I was one of the people that was very confused when I watched the interview, and I was very confused.
This is good, Tondra. I know it's a stretch, but not really. Jamal's church books better be in financial order because now he's gotten the Fed's attention. And once you get the Fed's attention,
that's a list you don't want to be on, not even on April 15th.
Right.
Right. And he better be it better be from New Birth up to Empowerment Temple.
Right. All the way back to Mer. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, really, B? Yeah. So, and like you said in the beginning of that, Jesse, don't these people got the Holy Ghost? Don't it supposed to lead and guide you in all truth? And
what you talking about? You're talking about spiritual discernment in operation? Is that what we're talking about here?
Listen, I'm just trying to what he get up and preach about every Sunday. That's what I'm just trying to you figure out. That's all. Yeah.
I have questions.
Me too.
I was disappointed. I mean, I'm not, every now and then I'll check because Jamal Bryant has done some phenomenal things for the community over there in Lithonia, and continues to. I mean, he's done. Now I wouldn't plant marijuana.
Right.
I didn't think that was a good idea, but he has done other things that have eclipsed what many churches are doing, and so I give him credit for that. But how you use your voice, and your influence is critical in this time that we're living in.
Yeah.
And the church,
your voice travels so much further.
Your voice has power.
Yeah, and it trapped with social media and what we dealing with now. It travels so much faster than it used to.
Yeah,
and I think
we have an obligation. Especially him as a spiritual leader. He has an obligation to really speak with truth and power, and not just on, he loves to get on the bandwagon for civil rights issues, and that's fine. But like you said, he could have called in Mother Pauline Anderson.
That part. I would have had mad respect for him. I would have said, yes, that somebody of influence in the church realm has finally spoken up, because nobody has.
And I was just gonna make that point that Nitwit had made, or no, who had said something about he's not a pastor? Amanda. I was just about to make that point. I think the overall theme of tonight's show is nepotism.
It seems to be.
Yeah, because that's another example. Your father was, a reverend in the church years. You were brought up in the church after your father's, and then now you're 40, 50, and you finally realize that, you know what, I'm not that good at pastoring, but this is really my passion. It's activism, and that's okay. But it's just like, for me, my revelation about this whole thing with him specifically, it's not a good idea to mix all of it. You're a mega pastor. You don't see Joel Osteen doing all. You don't see TD. You don't see none of the big pastors doing all of this. They'll issue a statement. That's it. Why are you sitting down with the convicted felon?
Yeah, it makes sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't.
I used to criticize a pastor that I was under here in the city because he never really spoke on a lot of those things. Things would happen in the community. He didn't speak. We had a multicultural church, and I know he didn't want to, when we start talking about police violence, and, he didn't want to raffle the feathers of our Caucasian folks in the church. Mm-hmm. But I used to criticize him until I start seeing the other way. You have these people who have gone too far in it, and they talk too much about it. Mm-hmm. And so I can see both ways now, that we should have a voice, but it should be more of an effective voice, and not just because we want to clout chase and be out in the front. And that's what I get with Jamal a lot.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
So that's just my opinion. Like Purity Chick says, some pastors mix the call up with the influencing, and sometimes we allow people, because we have the influence, we want to have the influence all around. It's just like you said, you're a mega pastor, and you have to have a podcast because other people have a podcast. Why do you need a podcast? Because Willie Moore Jr. has one, and some other people have more.
You got to have a purpose,
and it's failing horribly.
Yeah. And because he doesn't have the it for it. He's riding on his name right now. Mm-hmm. He's riding on his name.
He's a good public speaker, but he's not good at that type of media. That's not. He doesn't have that particular gift of gab.
Right. And Lonnie says, and this is something that he said. He told Whitehead, the body of Christ is praying for you.
Not true.
Don't lie to this man.
Right, Lonnie. No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah, we're praying for you to go to jail.
We're
Bye.
praying for July 1st, and now we're praying for even the quicker resolution in May, where they're going to revoke your bail, bond, whatever, so you can go on up to the river a little bit quicker.
I'm praying for Pauline.
Yeah. If anybody going to pray, because I don't think Jamal did he mention any of the victims?
I didn't hear him mention anything about Pauline.
He would have got beat up in there, or something would have happened. He would have had a fit.
Well, that house he was in.
I'm praying for those people living in those apartments.
Right. That they can't just snatch up and get better, because he's sitting on everything. He's found great ways to sit on stuff, sitting on his house, sitting on the apartments. He just sits on all that stuff and plays with the courts and inundates the courts with paperwork and motions. And
I didn't get my mail.
Yeah. No, that wasn't me who accepted the service.
Okay.
It was you, Asia. They said the woman had a black woman with a blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was watching his the video that I think he released yesterday. I'm talking about Lamoa's. He just kept bringing up, and I think he did this in the Jamal interview. He just kept bringing up black men like me, black men like me, black men like me, and that's just so offensive.
I don't want to be a black man like you.
What does that mean?
Wrongfully convicted, put as a villain and not a victim. The same. His daddy died, at young age, so he had to grow without his daddy. So it's all this black men like me stuff. No. Don't put me in your category.
He's the only one I know like that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, text your tithes and offering. Right. He still had that Cash App up.
That. We will not be taking that down, right?
Right. That ain't going down.
All of that should be Cash App, $ Pauline Anderson.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
But unbelievable. Yeah. But all right. Before we get to one of our winding it on down here, I want to encourage everyone right there where you stand to thank you for watching again, and also hit the like button for me. Would you do that? You didn't give any Cash Apps, so hit the like button. How about you do it? We're almost at 15,000 subscribers, and thank you so very much, and support the St. James Show. The other day, I did a review on the Preachers of LA Wedding Edition. Okay, that is the new show coming back after 10 years on Merge TV through In the Black app. So in the beginning of that, in the reunion, Dominique Hatton, who is Dietrich Hatton's wife, did not attend the reunion.
Correct.
Dietrich says she didn't attend because it would have affected her emotionally, since her mom had passed years ago, right? And she couldn't stand seeing Lavette and Loretta there because it would remind her of her mama. So I played the other day, which I will play right now for a little context. I'm probably not going to play the whole thing, but Dominique gets on in the internet the other day. So I have a couple of questions for you guys. She gets on the internet the other day and pretty much debunks everything that her tongue-talking Holy Ghost Bible, that with a mighty burning fire husband and pastor Dietrich Hatton said on that program.
Okay, y'all, so I had quite a few people inbox me and ask me why I was not on the Preachers Reunion. And to put it as simple as possible, I'm on the wedding special, which we taped back in like 2022, 2021, right after the pandemic. And I was a part of that, but I chose not to be a part of the reunion because, and I have to be careful because my husband, business and all this other stuff, so I have to be mindful what I say. But Simply, I just didn't want to do it. And not that I'm opposed to reality TV and things like that. I'm here for all the smoke. I don't care nothing about how people feel about, things that I say and do. I do things according to what I feel in my heart to do. Nevertheless, I really didn't do it because the behind the scenes were not together. When I say that, meaning like the business. So there's things, other parts of it that I can't go into because of my husband's relationships, but.
So she flat out pretty much said that her husband lied. My question is, do we just overlook this? Are we desensitized and this caught up in personalities that we just overlook it, that he flat out lied? And I think on Larry Reed that they tried to eat skirts, and maybe she told a little bit of it. Dietrich told a little bit of what they discussed, but not everything. So we're going to rationalize the flat out lie that was told.
I don't think you can do that. I don't know how you do that. How do you rationalize that?
And then y'all wonder why nobody wants to really, a lot of people don't want to come to church no more. This is who we have in leadership. All y'all do is lie. Why? You're sharing your personal life on reality TV so we can, for whatever reason, get to know you as a person better. Why do you feel like you need to lie to us about that little bitty stuff? You done already put everything out there on the internet about yourself, everything out there in the public about yourself. Why do you need to lie about something like that? I just don't understand.
And what I was saying, I was like, all he had to say was, when they asked him the question, where's your wife? Oh, she wasn't able to be here due to circumstances beyond her control.
Cut. That's it.
Or just keep it real and say she didn't want to be here.
She didn't have a desire.
Or that.
Wouldn't that have made for better TV?
Might have got picked up for a season 2.
And then all of a sudden they start having Dominique in trailers. I thought she didn't like them people. But that would make for better TV. Mm-hmm. The truth.
Imagine that. Oh my God. Why would we want to do something like that? Tell the truth.
But and the thing about it, and I think, and it's not like we're choking on a gnat here. It's like if you lie about that little bitty thing, what else the hell you lying about? That is my issue.
Like the old people say, if you lie, you'll steal. And if you steal, you kill.
And then you'll kill. My mother used to tell me that. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be a murderer.
You ain't got no kind of conscience. No, you lie, you steal.
But you know what? What? I mean, I'll be, hey, I don't care about Dietrich Haddon and,
Right. Okay. Right.
It was great. It was interesting to watch because you watch out of almost just morbid curiosity, right? Because you want to see what's going on in their lives.
Right.
And know it's scripted.
Yes.
Scripted. The only person that may not be scripted is Ron Gibson. Because Ron.
That said Ron is milking it too? They said he's tweeting and everything now.
Oh,
he's milking that cow.
I can't with Ron. But I just don't, it's not to the extent that whether his wife, I commend her, first of all, for coming on and setting the record straight, because clearly she doesn't care.
Clearly, you see her in the bottom right there.
I'm just saying, clearly she doesn't care about pretending.
Yeah.
And we were able to unearth that truth just on asking questions on this last panel. Like, wait, that don't make sense.
Right,
and the people got
when I did the review, even I said, he said that, but I said, that just didn't make no sense to me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And then after I got off of there and people were like, no, her mama died, blah, blah, blah. People start.
That right there. I was like, when you said that, you said the mother died when?
Yeah. So.
And people still ain't figured out those one little lies could just make you look like the worst person, can open up court cases. You can get sued, just tell the truth. Y'all care about, you don't care about you ain't got to care about your image that much. Really?
Right.
Because the thing is the people that's going to like you, the people that's going to deal with you, they're going to deal with you. People like me that don't really care for Dietrich, we not going to fool with you.
You ain't going to do it. How could you see? You got a ought against your brother in Detroit, from Detroit, Jesse. You got a ought.
I don't trust.
You got to get that together.
Niggas, I done told you about them West Side. I love the West Side. I'm just playing.
But good, like Keisha Green says, he said that it was way too much for her being around them. Yet she was at the bridal shower. She still saw Laet and Loretta, and she even hosted the bridal shower.
Really not. That couldn't happen. Because she would be triggered. Wouldn't she be triggered if she was
right
at the bridal shower?
And that was, they said they taped it in
21, 22.
Yeah, but then they said her mother passed like
way before the pandemic.
Way yeah.
Somebody said 2015.
Huh?
Somebody said 2015 to be exact.
Yeah,
July.
Right. I remember hearing that.
The internet will do some. The Googles will put everything to shame.
And they backed it up because they was like, the picture quality was on that old Instagram picture quality from back when. So this can't be a current issue, boo.
Right.
Take your 9-year lies and go on.
Prophetess Mustan says, pastor only means a leader with a group of people. We always shortchange ourselves. Oh, man.
The underlying question would be, why did Dietrich feel as though he had to lie about that?
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's a bigger question.
And then she goes on to say how she doesn't feel that Dietrich is getting enough credit for being the creator of this preacher series. This was the brainchild of his. He just didn't have the money to back it up. And that's when Holly Carter comes in, Lemuel, what's his name from Zeus?
Plumber, yeah.
Plumber, yeah. And they come in and take over and ride with it. And she probably feels that, and he may not be getting as like the top dollar of it, being the creator, which when you think about it, it's probably Noel Jones getting the most money. Then it trickles down from there. And then now with Loretta being an executive producer as well. So it kind of puts Dietrich kind of towards the bottom of the barrel, and he was pretty much the creator of the show. So
well, that could be the reason she gave him that. She acknowledged that when she came on, when they did the interview, and she came on there and said that he was the creator.
Get
him. Because you always trying to come up in here being a Christian when we trying to
right. I thought you was on social media sabbatical. Get the hell out of here, River.
He was trying.
I'm all for people covering their wives and covering their spouses, but you got to be a little bit more wise than that. God is giving you. I hope He's giving you wisdom. Okay, be a little wiser.
But cover them with the truth.
And cover them with the truth. And you guess what? You don't have to tell us y'all your business. You don't have to.
Truly not.
You don't have to.
I was like, okay, that's more information than I needed.
Right.
Because I wasn't looking for an explanation.
And I mean, people get, put off of shows. Or I was gonna make a point about that. They get put off of shows that they create all the time. Look at Mariah from Married to Medicine and
That's true.
Nikki Gilbert from R&B Divas. They get. I mean,
Yeah. Jesse, you're oily tonight. What's the donation suggestion tonight? What is God saying to you, sir?
somebody sent me $10. So if y'all feel
All
the
right,
need,
it's 10.
$10.
10 is the number tonight. 10. We want you guys to utilize the Cash Apps there that on your screen. Jesse's is JAIP. No, that JP's is JAIPME, and Jesse's JESSIE JBLIGE. Jesse J. Blige. What's the 411?
Yeah.
All right. So make sure you guys are supporting the show tonight. Man, I had such a great time with you guys tonight. We can go on and talk about these folks forever and ever and a day. They always leave us, with something to talk about. But hey,
a lot of content.
And we'll be
a
here.
lot of content. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming and dropping through and just being a part of the St. James Show tonight. We hope to see you very, very soon. Last words, JP?
You know what? Just stay focused is my thing. Stay focused, be genuine, be authentic, be transparent. It is the best gift that you can give anyone.
And yourself.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Jesse?
Go
ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut
you off. You are the best gift that you can give.
I love JP. JP, I wanted, before I say something, I didn't get a chance to say it. You look amazing. You look amazing. You're everything. But anyways, I just want everybody to keep in mind that what we do here is more exposing and commentating on different issues, revolving church. Don't let this deter you from, if you are seeking a church home, if you are seeking spirituality, when it's Christian based, don't let what these people do deter you at all, because God is still out here moving. There's still churches out there that are doing the right thing, that have nice people, that have good pastors. You just got to find them. They might not necessarily be on YouTube with, millions of followers, but, let the Holy Spirit, St. James, did a wonderful show a couple days ago, talking about getting back to church. And, that's just what was put back on my heart, is to really reiterate that. You might want to go back and watch that video again, if you feel called to do that. But, we all just, at the end of the day, need to love on each other more and stop lying, Dietrich.
Yeah. You know what? Thank you so much, Jesse, for saying that, because I think that it is not, and I know St. James is a church guy too. It's not the intent to take away, from the kingdom agenda, but it does help for people to be able to differentiate between what is truth, and what is carnal, right? And that's why you have a carnal church, right? So I'm glad that you said that, because there are people that are doing the right thing. There are people out here that love the Lord, and that will not lead you astray. And you may be in a very small church and find the most amazing path journey. So I really love the fact that you said that, Jesse, and I appreciate you putting that out there, because we need to draw people, right? And this platform that St. James has does that. That's why the numbers are growing, because people are drawn to,
thank God.
People are drawn to truth, and they're drawn, and there's light in the mood, and we have fun. But at heart, I know St. James wants people to come to the kingdom. And so
and my thing too, and also not only for people to come, but for our leaders to have a better sense of integrity.
what they're doing.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes when somebody tells you what you're doing, you may know it's wrong, but when somebody brings it to your attention, it makes you want to possibly strive to do a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Exposed.
Exposure. And I know that word kind of makes people like, oh, exposure. And people, exposure is coming to the house of God. Yeah. But sometimes just it can be just easily, easy, just done through some commentary.
Yeah.
Or another way.
Yeah. But you know what, St. James? If you cover a sore, it will not heal. If you take the Band-Aid off and let the air get to it, it will heal. The body will do what it's supposed to do. Sometimes you have to expose it.
It needs to be exposed so it can get healed quickly.
Yeah. And the good thing is you're not doing it to be harmful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you were doing it with malice intent, that would be something different.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I take both of your words to heart, because that's the most valuable thing we can do. Especially like you said earlier, be authentic, be who you are, be real. Jesse, open up your eyes. We're here to open up your eyes. We're not here to snatch you from assembling yourselves in the body of Christ, but to open your eyes and realize that there's real people, and then there's people who need a little help. They need a little push, they need a little boost into walking up the King's Highway the right way. And we're not here, no one's here to police, but I think with talking about it, we open up a conversation to be better people. Yeah. So, thank you, everyone. Please make sure that you donate to the panelists for me tonight. Will you do that? We're going to have another show pretty soon. So,
thank you.
We see y'all later.
Somebody told me when you get in trouble, they bring you out. Trouble, he'll bring you out. All right. He will. Oh, when you get saved, when you get a little lonely, when you feel afraid, just a look to Jesus. He will. Anybody know he will? Won't the Lord do it? Yes, he will. Hey, when you need saving, when you get a little lonely, when you feel afraid, look to Jesus. Hey, do you know that he will? Do you believe that he will? Won't the Lord do? Hey, when you need a save, when you get a little lonely, when you feel afraid, look to Jesus. Hey, do you believe that he will? Have you seen him do it? Won't the Lord do it? Is there anybody here in the room this morning that can lift your hand and say, the Lord will? He will bring you out. He will bring you out the valley. He will bring you over the mountain. He'll bring